So we got a YouTube video going on, Jerry, or what?
Yeah. Jody torques head bolts round 2.
No, I'm talking about the one when we took the John Deere truck to Vegas.
Oh, right. Yes, we did do that. What all did we do in that? We took the engine out in December, had it all back together, rebuilt the bottom end to leave here on, I believe, March 11th or 12th we left. And then took videos the whole way down and had a lot of fun.
What more can you say?
Have a watch, I guess. I don't know. Push, 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 push. Oops, we keep losing our socket. It's not a very good extension we got here. Oh, Jody, what? Hey guys, so welcome to our first build video, or whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. So we're gonna start this off. I gotta check oil pressure on this 360 of the John Deere truck here. So, just a sec. So I got this oil pressure tester kit here. A couple fittings. We're gonna, get the oil pressure sensor out of there, and then we're going to test the oil pressure. We do have low oil pressure on this, or it seems to be going low, and sometimes the engine will start ticking. So we want to take this truck to Vegas for the 2024 Mopars at the strip. Well, now they call it muscle cars at the strip, but we've been going for a really long time and we haven't been able to bring anything, or we just haven't gotten around to bringing anything. So 2024 is going to be our first year. John Deere truck's going to be in Vegas. So the oil pressure sensor is right back there, underneath the coil here. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to get to. Right there. See it? That's it there. Right there. That's our oil pressure sensor. I'm going to take that out, throw a fitting in, and we will see what our oil pressure's like. Get this out of the way. What size are we here? Like a 5/8 maybe? Alright, I found my wrench. It was right where it dropped to. Okay, got both the wrenches that I need. So we got this oil pressure gauge. It's in here now. So I got myself a drink bottle. Oil pressure gauge is threaded into the block. We're gonna get this thing going. See what our oil pressure is right off the start. Let it run for a little bit, warm up. See what our final oil pressure is once it's hot. And then I forgot to check. I got my service manuals at mom and dad's place there. Check what the spec is. But spec is usually not ticking, so I know that. Wait till it gets hot. Around 20 to 25 psi. It's kind of moving around a little bit. Like I say, I don't know what the spec is. We're about an operating temperature. I think around spec should be around like 20 to 225. It just, you kind of hear like it gets ticky on the top end. So I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see what the spec is, and then maybe we need, I don't know what's in this thing. That's the thing, I didn't build this engine, so I don't know if it just has a regular oil pump in it. Maybe it needs something like a high volume oil pump or what, but I'd like it to not sound like that, because it doesn't sound like that when you first start it up, and that bugs me. So we want to have good oil pressure. Try to hear that. So it's not that bad yet. I'm going to keep it running for a little bit more and see if we get any lower than 20. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, we're going to check oil pressure now, like 1500, 2000. Make sure everything's good, maybe even check some bearing clearances just to help me. Now we know what our oil pressure is sitting at, and I can kind of get into some things a little bit and get this thing ready to go. First build new shop, so I'm pretty excited about it. Here we go. We have done a couple oil changes on this since this engine's been in, so if we don't see much, I mean, who knows? It also could be just a matter of somebody maybe slapping this engine together and not measuring the clearances properly. It's a bit of an older build. Like, I don't remember, it was a long time ago we put this 360 in, like 5 or 6 years, maybe a bit longer. You know, we were getting a bunch of stuff ready for the show, and we kept going on it, and you know, it was kind of here and there with it. And I remember we were pouring coolant into it at like, I think it was like 5 o'clock. This is the Saturday before, and the head gasket started to drip. Right between the head and the block, there's coolant dripping as we were pouring coolant into this thing. And it was like, man, we are so out of time right now. And I like ran to the back of the barn where we have all our parts, and had a head gasket handy, so off the head and the intake came, and new head gasket, and then and it made it to the Father's Day car show in Bakerville that year, and it was sweet. I think that's the year we won Best of Show. I want to say that was the year that we did, but it was sweet. Like, okay, here we go. I'm going to pull the oil pan off and see what we find. I'm going to go to the barn, get some tools to pry this pan off, see where we're at. Maybe warm up my fingers a little bit. Time to get this oil pan off finally. Got some tools to peel it off here. Not the greatest condition, that's for sure. Okay, I am going to take some bearing caps off now. I got some paper towel that doesn't leave really any lint, and John bought me some plastic gauge from the parts store, so here we go. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's not great. Drop the thing. Don't matter because we're going to be replacing them, I can guarantee you that.
Oh yeah, you could have kept going, man.
I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Oops. See that? Yikes. Yikes. So, anyways, I'm still gonna plasti gauge it just for fun and see where we're at, but I don't think it's gonna be good. I was wrong. I was really hoping oil pump, but I think we're gonna be seeing something else here pretty soon. Okay, so oops, I got the plastic gauge on the bearing here, and I'm gonna put the bearing back on, and then I'm gonna torque it, pull it off, and see what our spec is, and we'll go from there. General rule of thumb for any bearing cap is like 2 thou. So if you're anywhere a little bit tighter isn't too bad. Like, yeah, I just built an engine at work, and a little bit tighter, like 1.5 thou is okay, but you don't want to be any tighter than that. You want to be 2 thou is rule of thumb, best place to be. Any looser, not that great. So we'll see where we're at. We pulled a rod cap off last week on the weekend there, and it wasn't too bad. It plasti gauged out okay, but it did show some wear, kind of more normal wear on that. So then yesterday I was in here digging into things some more. I pulled one of the main caps off here, and I'll show you down to the copper on that. So that right there is our reason for no oil pressure, kind of what we figured. It was going to be bearings, and there you see it, it is. So Jack came here this morning, he started getting the engine all ready to pull out, and he's got it well on its way to coming out. So we're gonna go to Mom and Dad's place here and grab the engine hoist for it, and get this thing out, take the crankshaft out, and send it out, get it all fixed up, and back in the truck ready to go to Vegas in March. So what's the date today? December 17th, and the first day of the show is March 15th, so we're gotta get moving here on this. There we go. Alright, we'll drop it down, get the stand set up. Take the clutch off and the flywheel. I was joking around and I called the fly plate or the flex wheel, so I just about confused myself now. Just screwed it up. Okay, well, that's the end of this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep following along. You're going to see me pull this engine apart now and take it out, get it all fixed up, and yeah.
Eventually take it right down to Vegas.
Yeah, eventually we'll be in Vegas, so keep following along, and hopefully you guys learned something from these videos.